Hello students, this is my second lecture on Latin square design. We've already done the calculation of Latin square design when there is one observation in each cell. Now I'm gonna do the next calculation of Latin square design when there are n number of observations in each cell, which means that there are more than one number of observations in each cell. So I am starting with the numerical for this. Now the experiment numerical goes like this. So you have the numerical with you. I'll be sending the picture of the numerical on your WhatsApp. So here in this numerical, we are having three factors. The factor A is the three different mental hospitals. The factor B is the three types of drugs. And the factor C is the three different categories of schizophrenic patients. So there is an experimenter who wants to study the efficacy of three types of drugs in the treatment of three different kinds of schizophrenic patients. These schizophrenic patients have been taken from three different mental hospitals. So we are having three factors over here, and for each factor we are having three levels. 15 patients are drawn from a single hospital in total. So there are three different hospitals, so 15 into 3 is 45. So 15 patients are drawn, 5 from each hospital and also 5 from each of the three categories of the patients. So that's a total of 45 patients will be treated with three types of drugs, and out of these 15 patients from a single hospital. So see, so this is the observations. These are the observations. So A1, A2 and A3. So A1, A2 and A3, these are the three types of hospitals. So hospital number 1, hospital number 2, hospital number 3. So the first factor is the types of hospitals. Factor A, and you know the levels of the factors are written in the smaller case of the alphabet. So small a, A1, A2 and A3. Now the factor B is the three types of drugs, three types of medicines that will be used in the treatment of these schizophrenic patients. So there are three kinds of drugs: factor B, B1, B2 and B3. And so under B1 there are 5 schizophrenic patients which were taken from hospital number 1. So this is 5 plus 10 plus 15. So in total from hospital number A1 there were 15 patients, and these 15 patients were randomly assigned to the three types of drugs. So I hope the observations are clear to you. So this will be the data that will be provided to you in the examination, or you have to hypothetically make such kind of numerical. So these are the observations. So we can write this table as the observations. So this table is the observations, and this is the Latin square design. So A1, A2, A3, this is very much clear to you. So these are the hospitals. So drugs are B1, B2 and B3. So C1, C2, C3, these are the kinds of schizophrenic patients. So they have taken three kinds of schizophrenic patients. So I assume you people know that there are different kinds of schizophrenias. So they have taken only three kinds of schizophrenic patients. So they have labeled it as factor number C, and there are three levels of factor number C, that is C1, C2 and C3. Because it is a Latin square design, it is very much clear to you that in each row and in each column one level of the treatment will occur only once. So in the very first row, C1 appears only once. and C2, C3. So these C's are appearing only once in the first row as well as in the second column. Likewise is the case in the second row and the second column. So C1, C2 and C3 are appearing only once. So this is a random assignment of these subjects to the 3 levels of drugs. So the next, now for our ease of calculation, we'll be doing the cell totals. Now how many cells? We're having many cells over here. So for the ease of the calculation, we will draw a separate table. So I'm using a different colored pen so that it is clear to you that this is something that we are doing for the calculation, and this is not the part of the data that will be provided to you for the calculation. So this is for our ease of calculation. So A1, A2, A3, and this is B1, B2 and B3. Now we have to see that in each cell, so the very first cell is A1, let me just draw it for you. So B1, B2 and B3. So A1, B1 cell. So A1, B1 cell is this. A1, B1. So in A1, B1 there are 5 observations. 5 patients की 5 observations हैं. So 4, 5, 5, 7 and 8. You have to total this cell's number of observations. So there are 5 observations. The total of these observations is coming out to be, so it is 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. So it is coming out to be 29. Likewise, you have to do it for A1 and B2 cell. So A1, B2 cell is this. So A1 and B2. So these 5 observations. So 5 plus 8 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9. So this is coming out to be 37. So the same procedure will be done for all the 9 cells. So there are in total 9 cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So these are 9 cells. You have to total all these observations. I'm simply writing down the cell totals over here. So I've already done this. So this is 18, 20, 34, 46, 43, 16 and 35. Now there is one more thing that we'll be doing over here. This is, we have to do the row totals and the column totals. So row totals is A1 ka total, A2, A3 ka total. So 29 plus 37 plus 18 is the total of A1. So A1's total is 84. So we can put a sign of summation over here as well. Summation sign over here. So 84, 100 and iska total is 94. Then B1 ka total 29 plus 20 plus 43. This is 92, 87 and 99. Now we can get the grand total over here. Yes, so 84 plus 100 plus 94. This is 278. So this is your grand total. So you can check, you can cross check the grand total. Is it correct or not? So 92 plus 87 plus 99 will also give 278. Yeah. So now another thing after this is, in this table this is very much clear कि आपके पास A1 का भी total है, that is 84, A2 का total 100, likewise for A3, B1 का भी total है 92, B2 and B3. So we need the total of, these are the treatment totals. So A के treatment का totals है आपके पास, treatment number B का total है, we are not having the total for C's. So C1, C2, जैसे हमने पहले किया था in single observation. So in this table we have to locate C1. So this is a Latin square design. Latin square design में आप देखो C1 कहाँ पर है. C1 is in the third cell. A1 and B3 वाले cell में C1 की observation है. So this is the one. Yes, so 18. Next यहाँ पे है A2 and B1. So A2 and B1. So 18 plus 20. And यहाँ पर कहाँ पर है C1? B2 and A3 वाले cell में. So it is 16. तो इसका total हम कर लेंगे. So it is 54. इसी तरीके से विल डू विद फॉर C2. So C2 is in A1 and B2 cell, that is this one, 37. Next you can for your practice you locate these cell values. So इसी तरीके से हम C3 का भी कर लेंगे, that is 29 plus 34 plus 35. तो ये करके now the steps. So if you see the table, this table, I have also sent the image of this table on the WhatsApp group. So this is the partitioning of the total variation. So this is total sum of squares, which is divided into two, between cell sum of squares and within cell sum of squares. So between cell sum of squares के आगे चार parts हैं, A sum of square, B sum of square, C sum of square, and residual sum of square. So these, from this table you'll be very it is very clear what will be the steps that will be followed for the calculation of Latin square design. Now the very first step for this is, so you have the notes with you, but the very first step is, so this is the step 1. Wait a second. So step 1 is the correction term. So correction term आपको पता है, you have to do, इसी टेबल को हम फॉलो करेंगे, सेल टोटल्स वाला टेबल को. सो दिस इज द ग्रैंड टोटल को हम स्क्वायर करते हैं एंड वी डिवाइड इट बाय the total number of subjects that have been taken. So correction term is equal to, so grand total हमारा है 278, इसका स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाय, सो हमारे A में how many number of subjects are we having? 5. So factor C में, so it is, yes, 5 into 3 into 3. So this is, so 55 into 3 is 15, 15 3s are 45. Yes, so 45 total number of subjects हैं हमारे. So and the correction term is coming out to be 1717.422. So this is 45, 5 into 3 into 3 is 45. So 45 total number of subjects we have taken from the different hospitals. So step 2 will be, the same steps will be followed with little modifications over here. So total sum of squares, so total sum of squares आपको पता है सभी observations को, the main table, observations have to be squared and added, and then the total of this will be subtracted from the correction term. So total sum of, so this is this way, so 4 का square plus 5 का square plus 5 का square plus 7 का square till here 8. So all the 45 observations have to be squared, totaled, and then subtracted from the correction term. So the very first observation is 4 ka square, then again 4 ka square, so till 8 ka square, then it is subtracted from the correction term. I'm directly writing the value of the squared totals, that is 1972 minus the correction term. Correction term is 1717.422. The total answer is coming out to be 254.57. So correction term is this, total sum of square is this. Now we have to do the step 3. So step 3 is between cells sum of square. So between cells sum of square, so this is the cell totals. So between cells है, तो आपको पता है कि हमारे पास 9 cells हैं, वो 9 cells के totals को हम square करेंगे. So this is 29. So the very first cell is what? 29. So 29 square divided by 29 कितनी observations का total है? 5. So 29 square divided by 5. I'll write it here for you. So 29 square divided by 5 plus, then the second observation is this cell is this 37. So 37 square divided by 5, and all the 9 cells, so these 9 cells have to be squared and then divided by 5. So the last cell is this 35. So over here, so 35 square divided by 5. So these all have to be added and then subtracted from the correction term. The procedure is same. So I'm directly writing the answer of this. So 190.078. So this is the answer of between cells sum of square. Now the step 4, so if you see that partitioning table of variation, so between cells के बाद we have to do the within cells sum of squares. So आपको पता है total minus between will give you the answer for within. So total की वैल्यू भी आपके पास है, between की वैल्यू भी आपके पास है, so उसको subtract करेंगे तो आपके पास ये आंसर आ जाएगा 64.5. Now after that, so हमने correction term कर लिया total between within. And now we have to do A sum of squares. So A sum of squares करेंगे. So A का total क्या है? So this is cell totals वाला table आप देखें तो A1, A2, A3 का total आपके पास है. So A1 का total क्या है? 84, A2 का 100, A3 का 94. तो आप 84 square divided by how many number of observations did sum up to 84? 15. यहाँ पर 5 थी, यहाँ पर 5 थी, यहाँ पर 5 थी. So 84 square divided by 15 plus 100 square divided by 15 plus 94 square divided by 15. इसको add करेंगे and then subtract it from the correction term. So I am just writing it over here. So 84 square 15. I repeat again, 15 कैसे है यहाँ पर? Because A1 का total क्या है? 84. 84 कितनी नंबर ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशंस को ऐड करके आया? 5 इधर थी, 5 इधर थी, 5 इधर थी. So 5 plus 5 plus 5. So it comes up to out to be 15. So 84 square divided by 15 plus 100 square divided by 15, 94 square divided by 15. इन सभी को आप ऐड करेंगे and then subtract it from the correction term. I'm writing the answer over here. So the answer is 8.715. Now the step 6 is अगर हमने A sum of square निकाला है तो B sum of square भी निकालेंगे. So B sum of square the procedure is same, but हमने सिर्फ factor number B के totals लेने हैं यहाँ पर. So cell totals वाले table में B का भी total है हमारे पास. B1 is this 92, B2 is 87, B3 is 99. इनको square करेंगे divided by again यहाँ पर 15 values का total है 92. So 92 square divided by 15. Likewise B2 and B3 को करेंगे, add करेंगे and then subtract it from the correction term. So this is 92 square divided by 15 plus 87 square divided by 15 plus 99 square divided by 15 minus the correction term. So the answer for B sum of squares is 4.845. Now next is step number 7. So step number 7, C sum of squares. So तीनों treatments का sum of squares हमने निकालना है. C sum of squares भी हमने यहाँ पर किया है. C1 का total is 54. So 54 square divided by 15 plus 126 square divided by 15 plus 98 square divided by 15. इस सभी को add करेंगे and then subtract it from the correction term. So I'm directly writing okay मैं लिख ही देती हूँ यहाँ पर. So this is 29 square divided by 15 plus 34 square divided by 15 plus 35 square divided by 15 and then minus the correction term. So the answer for this is 175.645. So I hope it is clearly visible to you, to all of you. And the last step is step number 8, that is the residual sum of square. the residual sum of square आएगा, the formula is this. So between sum of squares minus, हम करेंगे सारे ट्रीटमेंट सम ऑफ स्क्वायर्स को ऐड कर देंगे, ए सम ऑफ स्क्वायर प्लस बी सम ऑफ स्क्वायर प्लस सी सम ऑफ स्क्वायर. सारे ट्रीटमेंट सम ऑफ स्क्वायर्स को हमने ऐड किया एंड सब्ट्रैक्टेड फ्रॉम द बिटवीन सम ऑफ स्क्वायर्स. तो इन सभी की वैल्यूज हमारे पास है. यू कैन सब्स्टिट्यूट द वैल्यूज इन दिस फॉर्मूला एंड hence the result will come out to be this. 0.873 is the residual sum of squares. Now your step 9 is the summary table. So summary table is this. So this is the summary table. So the very first column is source of variation. पहले हमने between निकाला, then within A, B, C, residual and the total. The residual is the within is the error variation. So second column is sum of square. We have calculated the sum of squares of all these sources of variation. Degree of freedom is this. You have to calculate the degree of freedom. Between का is this p square minus 1. So p is the number of levels of the three factors. So p हमारा कितना है? 3. So 3 square minus 1. So 3 into 3 9. 9 minus 1 is 8. Clear? So these are the formulas for the degree of freedom. So these can be calculated in this way. So p is the number of levels of each factor. So p here will be 3 because तीनों factors की 3 levels हैं. N is the number of subjects. So we have taken 5 subjects in each cell. So that is so n will be 5 in this case. Mean sum of squares will be calculated and the f. So mean sum of squares is, it will be sum of squares divided by the degree of freedom. So this will be, and f will be done. So f हमेशा हम जो f ratio निकालेंगे, that will be for the treatments A, B and C. So A, B and C की हम निकालेंगे because हमने factors का देखना कि f significant आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा. So f हम A, B and C का लेंगे. The table will remain the same. At same that we have used in the calculation of previous topics. So DF levels हम locate